Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, and we have a bit of breaking news. This is on the presenter story, the BBC presenter who allegedly paid a teen for a bit of sexy dancing, paid £35,000 for this, and it was the mother that's been making the complaints. Well, it seems that the teen himself has sort of rejected this, has said nothing untoward happened, nothing sexual happened, and he's making this quite clear, and he's rubbishing the whole thing. So presumably he's been in touch with the papers. So it does cast a whole new light on it. Now, whether this is actually true and there is nothing, or if it is just this teen panicking, not wanting the attention, not wanting to be, on the front page of everything, who knows? Or whether this particular presenter has offered a vast amount of money in the hope that this problem goes away. Again, who knows? But the trouble with Danegeld is, while you keep paying the Danegeld, you never get rid of the Dane. So it could be a very dodgy strategy. Anyway, we'll take a very quick look at this. It's not a long piece because it is literally just breaking in the last few minutes. But we'll go in and have a look at it now and see what is going on. In fact, yeah, you can see when you see the piece, it came up at 1811. It is now 1826. So it will be there. Right, let's go up, have a look at it. So, BBC sex scandal allegations are rubbish, says the teen at the centre of the claims. The teenager at the centre of the BBC controversy has said nothing inappropriate or unlawful happened with the unnamed male presenter, and that their allegations were rubbish, their lawyer has said in a letter to the BBC. Well, it's hard to say. He's claiming it's rubbish, but I can't see how the Sun would have gone with the story without some kind of backup, something that they could have used to support what they were claiming. It's not as though the Sun are just going to simply publish something because some mother said something. Oh, I had that insert name in here the other day. Never guess what happened. Well, unless there's sort of video proof or documentary proof or such thing, the Sun aren't going to bother with it. They've got other fish to fry. Anyway, the young person at the centre of the explosive sexual claims about a high-profile BBC presenter has said that nothing inappropriate happened and branded the allegations rubbish. In a statement issued to the corporation through his solicitor, the individual refuted a series of accusations made by their parents. I claimed earlier, I'll just do an online correction here. I claimed earlier that it was a girl, it was a young woman who had been doing this, because I had read somewhere that it was a girl, and so I'd assume that it was. Other people have now contacted me and said they think it's actually a boy. And so I'm just going to go with they, because we do not know for 100% if it's a girl or a boy. I've heard reports that somebody said the parents had let slip and it was a boy. And then I've read it's a girl, so we don't know the sex of this young person. So just want to apologise if I'm wrong, or at least clarify that I may be wrong. We don't know yet, so just get that out. Anyway, in a letter to the BBC, the lawyer wrote, "For the avoidance of doubt, nothing inappropriate or unlawful has taken place between our client and the BBC personality, and the allegations reported in the Sun newspaper are rubbish." A spokesman for the Sun, which first reported the allegations, said, "We have reported a story about two very concerned parents who made a complaint to the BBC about the behaviour of a presenter and the welfare of their child. Their complaint was not acted upon by the BBC. We have seen evidence that supports their concerns. It's now for the BBC to investigate properly." Now, this is what I was saying. If they have seen evidence that supports this, that's why they went with the story. So there must be something there. Now, that kind of puts a doubt more, I think, on the denial by this young person than it does on the Sun's claims. The Sun have been there before. They know well enough not to publish or do anything without some kind of backup in case they get sued to smithereens again. Whereas this just seems to be a denial by someone who's young, doesn't want the whole story to be around him, wants to move on. and it's possible. Or, of course, as I say, this particular person has made a very large payment. A keep your mouth shut payment. Anyway, the letter was received by the BBC late on Monday afternoon, today, according to a report by the BBC's flagship 6 o'clock news. So we've only got their word for it then. And also, it's going to be, that's the 6 o'clock news. Everyone must watch the 10 o'clock news tonight, I think. That would be my guess. Watch the 10 o'clock news. See what the new report on that would be. The lawyer says in the letter that the young person sent a denial to the Sun newspaper on Friday evening ahead of the publication via WhatsApp to tell them the statement their mother had made about them was totally wrong. And despite this, the Sun proceeded to publish what the lawyer and the client both described as an inappropriate article. The BBC reports that the lawyer's letter also says nothing inappropriate or unlawful has taken place between our client and the BBC personality, and that it's a load of old rubbish. The scandal has rocked the BBC and has led to several of its stars publicly declaring that they are not the presenter in question. But what is more telling is those that haven't, and there is one name doing the rounds at the moment, so that could be interesting. But I think I think in the next few hours we will see sort of definitive proof one way or another, and I think that it will be revealed shortly who it is. Like I said, I've been told who's been named. It doesn't mean that this person is guilty of anything or has done anything, but I've been told who the name is. This is by a friend who actually works in I'm not going to say beyond say broadcasting. I'm not going to drop my friend in it. And I actually asked him, and he told me. So, and yeah, it wasn't who I thought it was to begin with. I wonder if it's him. That was my first speculation, and it turns out that it wasn't him, and it was someone completely different. Which I'm not going to say, obviously, because I'm not stupid. But as I say, even if that was the person named, it doesn't mean he's done anything. It doesn't mean he's broke any laws or anything. And it's all very up in the air in the moment. So we'll keep this. But this is just the breaking news. I thought I wanted to get this out just to say that there we are. That the whole claim has been rubbished by the young person themselves. But how much you can believe that, I leave up to you. Anyway, I'm going to stop there, round up, and then we'll finish this video. Right, so obviously this is a fast-moving news story, so things are going to chop and change in that. But this denial from the kid himself, I'm not entirely sure I believe the denial. I guess cannot get past the fact that the Sun wouldn't have gone ahead with this story if they didn't have some kind of proof. And then they've said they've got evidence that it did happen. And so, it's one of the, I'd rather think that the Sun wouldn't have printed it without proof. And I do feel that this is a panicking young person kind of wanting to deflect all attention away, not wanting to be part of a story like this, wanting to just go disappear away. And I think that's what this is. But it is what it is, and we'll find out soon enough, I'm sure. Things like this don't keep secret for long. It's the old adage, 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. But there's a lot of people who know this now. And so it will come out, even if it's only Chinese whispers. It'll be, it will leak. It'll leak. People will know, and then it'll become into the public domain through a whispering campaign. Anyway, I shall stop there. I shall finish off, but I will keep on top of this story. And if there's any more breakings on it, because I've finished for the day. I finished for the day about an hour ago. But if there's any more breaking news on it, I will come back up, bang, and put another story in because I want to keep ahead of this. And until then, anyway, thanks very much for watching. Sorry I couldn't give a name. I really want to, but I'm not stupid enough to do so. So goodbye.